Okay, now before I just taught you 4 of the basic chords which I'm going to be teaching you in this course. Now what I want to teach you here next is easier variation of 3 of those 4 basic chords. Now the reason why I want to teach you these variations is because even with those 4 chords, for beginners it can be difficult to actually do chord changes. Because, you know, chord changes, you have to go from, let's say, G to D to E minor to C. This is fairly basic. It is basic, but, you know, for anyone who's never done anything before, even basic is difficult. So you can't say, it's basic, you should be able to do it, you should learn how to do it. Yeah, fair enough, but like the whole point of this course is to help you learn chords and to do chord changes and strumming and all that as quickly as possible so that you can start playing songs, alright? So these variations are they are still forms of the chords, but they are, well, as I said, they're slight variations. And the reason why these variations are good is because instead of having to change all your fingers, you only need to change 2 of them, these 2 fingers. Most of the time your pinky finger and your ring finger aren't doing, well, not that they're not doing anything, but they're just staying rooted here. So what you're doing is you're locking your pinky and your ring finger on the 3rd fret, on the 1st and 2nd string of the 3rd fret, and your thumb is just holding it in place. So here now, instead of worrying about moving your entire hand, the only thing you need to worry about is moving these 2 fingers. So these chords act as sort of like training wheels for people who are getting used to playing chords and getting used to performing chord changes. Okay, and this is why these chords are good, and for most of the songs which use these 4 chords, it sounds perfectly fine, it sounds perfectly acceptable. Okay, so these chords are, I'll just run you through here quickly before I step you through each chord specifically. These chords are, the first chord is the same, G major. Alright, now the other chord, instead of playing D major, you'll be playing D sustained 4, which is D with the pinky finger down. And then you'll be playing, instead of E minor, you'll be playing E minor 7, which is the same as E minor, but with these 2 fingers down here. And the last chord you'll be playing, instead of C major, is C add 9. So the position of these 2 fingers is the same for the C, except you're using different fingers to press them. And these 2 fingers are locked here, so it would sound, and that's C add 9. Okay, so C add 9 is very similar to G, where like G is up here, C add 9 is down here. Okay, and those are the 3 different variations of the chords that you would use. So if you just look at my hand, if I'm playing through G, D sustained 4, E minor 7, C add 9, you'll see that my hand almost doesn't move at all, but I've played 4 different chords. 4 different chords which sound perfectly fine together. So for those of you who are still not comfortable with doing chord changes or want an easier way to just sort of quickly get through and learn 4 chords which you can start using immediately, I recommend using these chord variations. Okay, so in the following section I'm going to step you through each of those variations to show you how to play them, and later on you can opt either to use these simplified chords, or you can use the other chords if you really want to challenge yourself. Alright,